Have you ever found yourself scratching your head over double question marks or mysterious looking square braces in Flutter code, wondering what on earth do they actually mean? Then this video is exactly for you. So let's take for example this very simple function named greet. You can see it accepts one argument named year. Then it uses it to print this greetings message. This function cannot run standalone, so we need to call it from a main function. Here is the main function that invokes the function named greet. You can see we have passed 2024 as the year value. So let's run the example. Yes, we can see the greetings message, Code Climbers wishes you a joyful 2024 is printed. That was quite obvious, right? In the next section, we explore some not so obvious features of Dart. What if we remove this type declaration int from this argument type? So going by the notion we have from C or Java, running this code would give a syntax error, right? However, if we run this code, it still runs error-free as earlier. To make things even more interesting, now let's remove the void return type as well. Let's run it again. As you may have guessed by now, it still runs error-free. So what's actually going on here? Simply speaking, you don't need to define the variable types here. Now, you might be wondering why on earth we are taught to define them in the first place then. Due to support for dynamic types, type annotation in Dart is optional. We already have a video on Dart dynamic types. Link is in the I button above. In this section, we shall explain the meaning of the square braces and question marks that have been bothering you all the while. Let's go back to the initial example. What if we remove the actual parameter 2024 from this function call? What do you think should happen if we run this code? Yes, this time it's a syntax error that says not enough arguments are passed to the greet function. Now here we introduce another interesting feature of Dart. Dart allows a mechanism by which we can be prepared to handle such situations as well. So watch closely the changes we shall make. We enclose the formal parameters of the function with square braces and add a question mark just after the data type int. So if I run it now without any arguments in the function call, we can see that it runs without any error. But if you carefully note the output, the parameter is passed as null. We shall resolve this in the last section of this video. What we have told the compiler is that the optional parameters in the code should gracefully handle missing arguments as null values. I hope now you understand what these square braces and question marks indicate. Before we go to the last section of this video, if you are finding this video helpful, do subscribe to this channel. So this null value carries no meaning, so why not handle it even more gracefully? In the last section of this video, we cover yet another interesting feature of Dart, the double question mark operator. It is a quick way to check if a value is null and assign it a default meaningful value in such a case. To do this, we add a double question mark operator to the parameter and then the default value next to it. Let's say 2020 is the default value. So if I run this code, it prints the year 2020 in place of the null value. But if we really had an argument in the function call, say 2024, and run it, it would override the default value to print 2024 instead of 2020. So this double question mark is also called the null coalescing operator. I hope it clarifies the case of the double question mark operator as well. If you want to uncover the secrets behind these curly braces and discover the real reason why we use these pretty parameter names, then the next video is just for you.